Jūs klausotės Radio klubo.
Since 1922, Lithuania knew 7 different devices. From Okinas until the euro, it's every part of the Lithuanians' history which is represented by the different currencies. Of course, the litas still, in their hearts, the Lithuanian device. They are very proud of it, and it represents for them the fight against the invaders, German or Russian. As you know, Lithuania got the euro in January 2015, after her entrance in European Union 11 years ago. It's a big change for the inhabitants, and even if they try to prepare themselves with the ad of a euro price in stores, the coins and the billet are very different, and the gap of the price also. 1 euro represents 3.45 litas. It's really a big difference when you have to pay. But Lithuania, which can see its growing economy, entered in a eurozone in a very bad situation. Crisis, conflicts, as many factors which can put them in a sticky situation. When some countries want to go out of the eurozone, some others enter. So the main question could be how Lithuania lives with its new currency and what are the consequences on its economy. So now, let's start our radio show. In the first part, we will speak about the history of the device in Lithuania and explain the project of the university library in Šiauliai. And then, Liudvikas will propose you some explanation about the consequences of the euro in the country. First of all, let's start with the history of the device. Change the device in Lithuania, they are used to it. On average, every 13 years, the country has to adapt its life to a new currency. And for example, the persons who are more than 94 years old use 7 different devices. Let's make a short roundup of the currencies since 1922. First, between 1919 and 1922, the aukinas was used when they were a part of Poland. Then, the 2 October 1922, it's the independence of Lithuania, and they could use the litas, which became the national device. After the invasion of Nazi Germany in 1939, the Reichsmark was the currency in Lithuania. In 1941, the USSR attacked and transformed the country as a Soviet republic. Lithuanian people have to use the ruble. After the end of USSR in 1991, Lithuania has her second independence and created the talunas, called also the animal money, a kind of paper which is used like money. 2 years after, the national device, the litas, came back. And now, since the 1st January 2015, Lithuania became the 19th country in the Eurozone. But for the Lithuanian people, the litas is their device. Many inhabitants are not so happy to lose it. Their device represents a kind of fight against Russia on its ruble. The 2 times in the last year when Russia invaded the country, Lithuania could resist and impose its currency. Litas is a strong symbol for them. But for economic reasons, and because it chose to integrate the European Union in 2004, Lithuania has to adopt the common currency, the euro. To join the Eurozone, for Lithuania, it's also a way to escape the Russian influence. Even if a lot of Lithuanian people don't feel more protected with the euro, adopt the common currency is in the road of their history. Lithuania was, in 1990, the first country which declared its independence and which abandoned the ruble in 1993 to take its national device, the litas. This situation reflected a very big wish to be free and to start to create their own economy, their own politics, and their own country's history. But when you interview some Lithuanian people about the euro, the answers are most of the time the same. They need time to get used with the coins, the prices are totally different, they don't feel more protected against Russia, they prefer the litas, and some of them think that the litas will come back and cancel the euro. The Lithuanians' economy is very good and they even see it's growing these last years. But as I said before, if everything is good in Lithuania, why do they want to join a zone where there is just problems and crises? To take euro was a choice for a long time now. 2 years after they entered in European Union, Lithuania was sure that they want to use euro. The delay is linked by economic reasons. The choice of euro is maybe because the fear of Russia. I think we can understand when we see what is happening in Ukraine, but also maybe because European Union is the first economic partner with Lithuania. By this way, they could have more advantages with the free trade. To have an opinion about the arrival of euro in Lithuania, Roma Baristaite, coordinator of the American Corner in Shaolei Library, answers our question. She shares her feeling of challenge she has about the new currency and reminds us what symbolized the previous devices. So my first question is, what is your opinion about euro?
Okay, euro is European Union money, and as we are part of this European Union, just euro today is our money, Lithuanian money.
And do you think it's a good thing for the economy of the country?
I think that it is maybe one of the ways to survive for Lithuania, because in economical situation we are not very good, and to have euro, maybe we will have better perspectives in future.
But do you think it's a good thing for the inhabitants?
Oh, it's other side maybe, because for economy it is necessary to have euro, but for inhabitants it's a little bit different position, because every money reform isn't very good for ordinary people, because we are having a lot of problems. We just have to change our mind, we have to learn how to use this new money and how to count them and how to survive with them. A lot of problems, but it is like challenge for us.
Okay. Because it was one of my questions. For example, you had a coin of 5 litas and
yes.
Now it's 5 euros, but in paper, and for you it's not so difficult to pay or to think about.
Not only 5 litas like coin, and now it's like a banknote. A lot of problems when I am looking to my wallet and just trying to pay. I am just counting and thinking, what money are there? But it's good that in this situation we all have be very patient and very polite, like stuff in the store, and we like clients, because new thing for all of us.
In your mind, the price looks more expensive or not? Didn't change?
Changes everywhere, yeah. And because when I am trying to buy something, I am comparing the price, how it was in litas and how now it is in euro. And like I am working, my brain is working in double system, just like conversion. It is still in process. And I just don't know, because it's really very short time when we are using euro.
And do you feel more European now?
I don't think so, because we were before part of European Union, and it is maybe we solved our inside problem, not like common with like European Union, like it's for me, not like for just politics, economists, but for like I told you, ordinary people. I just feeling the same as I was part of European Union, today the same.
And you said one day that you knew 4 different devices. Can you remind us which device and explain what it symbolizes for you?
During my life, just euro is the 4th money reform. The first was when we were part of the Soviet Union. It was ruble. And at this time I was child, later teenager and enough young, and the value of this money, it didn't influence me very much. The main thing for me as for child was how much cost ice creams or candies, it was my main problem. And as I remember in my childhood about my first salary, and was dreamed that I will spend it for ice creams, all my salary. But I didn't do. And in reality, my first salary, it was in rubles. Later, we had, it was very short time, paper, money. On them was animals, like talonas and with different animals. And they weren't money, It were really like we had paper and just no value. And the third reform was when we had letters. And letters, for me, it was really very important thing, because it was returning like our Lithuanian independence, symbol of our Lithuanian independence, because during the First and Second World War we had letters, and now was letters too, and we were very proud. They were created really very, for me, very, very, very beautiful money, and on this money was written that it is Lithuanian, just main things, historical things maybe were mentioned on this money, and euro is 4th money reform. I just don't know, just I told you, we are practicing to use them.
And don't you have the feeling to lose a part of identity of your culture?
If I am trying to think, maybe when I am thinking about letters, it is more like feelings. Because as I told you, it's like our history, it's our symbol of our history, symbol of our state, of... I just don't know how money could express cultural things, because they were created like economical symbol, not like cultural. Just only like history, like our state, like our some important historical events.
Mm-hmm. And for you, all these different devices in few years, is it more a symbol of political instability or an economic development?
I think that money rules the world. It means that if a country has a strong economy, is everything okay in political sphere too? Just on the first stage, I think it is more important how it is economical situation. And these all changes of money changes, it shows that we all the time have some economical problems.
And my last question, do you have an idea of what could be the next change in the country to improve the economy and the life in Lithuania?
I think, as I told, that Lithuania as an independent country, it never is strong economically. And we need support from outside. And for now, when we have euro, maybe I hope that we will have stronger investment possibility from abroad, from foreign countries, because for them maybe it will be more clear what money we're using here and what possibilities they have there too.
Okay, thank you for your answer. The 16th of February, the Independence Day in Lithuania, the University of Šiauliai celebrated another kind of event, the change of litas in euro. Few months ago, a very original project started in the library. A room was chosen to realize a museum of litas. And for this, many volunteers who wanted to participate were invited to glue some coins on the wall and the roof of this room. A project who gathered in a lot of persons, from Šiauliai of course, but also students in the university, Erasmus students, EVS volunteers. In this project, even if you are not Lithuanian, it's really a pride to help the city to keep the memory of its device. And the patriotism is really a notion we can find everywhere. In the streets, when you see so many flags during the national celebrations, the investment of people and even of the youth, and now this room. It's a pure symbol of a wish to not forget the past and the strengths which represents the litas. The leader of this project, Vilius Puronas, accepted to answer my question about this incredible project. Why did he get this idea and which future for the museum? We can listen Vilius Puronas, designer, artist, cultural historian, ethnographer, political and social activist, and author of the biggest book in Lithuania. So my first question is, you are the leader of this project. How did you have this idea?
I'm not only the leader. There are many people who brought this idea, but I think that author of this idea is God.
And can you explain more in details this project?
Look, I see an interior of the common room which is glued by coins. The walls, the ceilings, chairs and... Look, there are a map of Lithuania on the wall. I think this is an excellent view.
And what was your motivation to develop this project?
I think the kind of patriotism, the national currency, is the main element of the construction of the state. I'm Lithuanian.
And who are your partners in this project?
In my mind, all people of Lithuania. It's natural that all Šiauliai too. Children, their parents, students, and grandfathers. Oh, grandmothers too.
What is your feeling when you see all these persons who are ready to help you for this project? All these people who want to remember the Lithuanian device? I'm
a part of them. We Lithuanians stage the same in 50, 100 and 1000 years ago. It's an extraordinary feeling. We understand this. What was the feeling of the inhabitants when the country creates the first litas to counterbalance the rebel? Was it a kind of victory? I did not can answer for these questions. Look, in the beginning of the last century, litas changed Tsar ruble. In the middle of this century, Soviet ruble changed litas. In the end of the century, litas changed the ruble. And now euro changed the litas. I think that litas will change euro in the future too. This is my answer. And now, what represents the euro for you? Is it more a necessity to be stronger face to Russia, or is it more a real interesting change for the development of Lithuania? Euro is not the ruble. I'm a designer, not an economist. I do not want to spread my illusions of currency, but knowledge of economy I do not have. Do you have? Do you regret your Lithuanian device? Yes, of course. And is there a lot of people who entered in this room to glue the coins? Yes, of course. All the peoples of the schools, workers from the factories, girls and boys, and I too. Do you have an idea of how many coins there are in this room? Today I have not information about it. Look, I think It must be interesting for Book of Guinness in the future, but it's only the future question.
And my last question, how do you imagine this room in 20 years?
I cannot recall the secret that this room of coins is only the first step of our currency idea. Look, we have illusion to create a banknote room. After that, I must remind for all the world that author of American 1 cent coin was born in Cholet in 1871. His name is Victor Brenner. You can check it on Wikipedia. Yes, and in encyclopedia too.
Thank you for your answer.
Hi, I am Ludvikas, and as Anne-Sophie told you before, today I will talk about my point of view of the adoption of the euro in Lithuania. To be honest, I think that the euro adoption in Lithuania is very good for Lithuania. I know that a lot of people disagree with this, but also I know that a lot of people want the euro. I think that is positive because the euro will bring more investments for Lithuania. Also, it will bring deeper integration with other European Union countries and will improve the credit rating of Lithuania. And if we improve the credit rating and we are more integrated to other European Union countries, and thanks to this, it's possible that the International Monetary Fund will classify Lithuania as an advanced economy like they did with Latvia and Estonia, and with all this, the international investment will increase, and if the investment increase, the gross domestic product will grow, and then the salaries will grow. So I think that this will bring more quality of life to people in some years. We must not forget that the euro is the second most important currency in the world and that the 40% of global trade is made in euros. So we are in the right way. The euro will bring very good things for Lithuania. Also, I think that this will put Lithuania in a better geopolitical situation because will bring Lithuania more close to countries like Germany, for example. And to be honest, I think that the euro is not a problem for Lithuania. The most threat for the Lithuanian economy now, I think, is the sanctions to Russia, because with these sanctions and if Lithuania lose some trade with Russia, I think that we will look that the growth of Lithuania will be more moderate, but I think also that is good because there are, like we say it in Spain, the commerce with Russia is bread for today and hunger for tomorrow. So I think it's better to lose now some money for not have trade with Russia, but get better partners for the future. So I think that this is the most big problem for Lithuanian economy, but I think that as always, Lithuanian economy will continue growing and Russia will be more far away from Lithuania. Because also, if we remember, 20 years ago, Lithuania sold to Russia about the 50% of the production, and today is the 15%. It continues being Russia an important customer of Lithuania, but Lithuania, I think it doesn't depend of Russia now. I think it depends more of the European Union than of Russia, and I think that is very good to be more far away from Russia, because as I say before, Russian government is very not trustful. So finally, to resume, I can say that the euro will bring more economic and political stability to Lithuania, and this will make Lithuania more far away from Russian influence, and this will be very good for all aspects of Lithuanian life. I mean, for politics and for economy, and also in the daily life of people. But what I also think is that Litas were really important in Lithuanian history, and we will never have to forget Litas, and this kind of monuments like the coins room in Šiauliai University Library are great because Litas will be in the heart of Lithuanians forever.
So, euro in Lithuania engaged different problematic concerning its future. For the economy of the country, it's good. On the contrary, for the inhabitants, it's more difficult to accept this new device. They need time to be used to the currency, the prices increase, and some Lithuanians people regret their litas. It's the arrival of a common money which is not accepted by everybody by the same way. And on the international scene, the entrance of Lithuania in the Eurozone brings a lot of questions. Why Lithuania, with its growing economy, chose to integrate the Eurozone? What are the real reasons of this choice? What will be the future of this country in a sick European Union? Let's see what is the future of this small but very strong country.